Hey, how's it going? Coach D here, back once again for the Last Dance Baseball Tournament podcast. And this is our 12th podcast with the tournament. And joining me once again, last time we said he had 425 wins. I think he's now up to 427. They have one of the winningest baseball programs in the state, Coach Rob Kreis. Coach, how's it going?
It's going well. Thank you very much.
So we got our coach here from Eastern Regional High School. He was on last time, so excited about the tournament. So tell us, Coach, how was the tournament? How was the excitement of the athletes the first day, and how was it just to get back out there?
Well, again, the beauty of it was that the kids had an opportunity to play and enjoy not only the spirit of competition, but the camaraderie of their fellow teammates. And, that was a great feeling. We had an opportunity to play quite a memorable game. The first round, we were winning 2-0 and gave up 6 runs in the last inning, including a grand slam. And then in the bottom half of the inning, we came back and had a walk-off grand slam to win it. So 2 grand slams in the last inning. That's something you see very frequently. So they enjoyed that, and then we won our last game. So the kids, as you mentioned, won 2 of 3, and they felt good about, again, the opportunity to spend time with one another.
Okay, so we can't just gloss over that because that doesn't happen in baseball. I don't know the last time that's ever happened. So Eastern Regional played against Glassboro, and Glassboro hit a grand slam. I think it was the top of the 5th. Was that correct?
Top of the 7th.
Oh, I'm sorry, top of the 7th. Sorry, it was the last inning. Top of the 7th, Glassboro hits a grand slam to go ahead in the game for a lead change. And then Eastern Regional comes up in the bottom of the 7th and hits a walk-off grand slam. That's unbelievable. But that's what baseball – I'll tell you, there's just the strangest things that happen in baseball. I mean, that's amazing. I mean, I saw a game that was 7-1, and the team only had like 1 hit. The other team walked the park, hit batters. I was like, I've never seen something. Just baseball, you never know what you're going to get. That is absolutely amazing. The grand slam, the energy and momentum that the other team has. And then here comes Eastern Regional, bottom of the 7th, bases loaded, and gets walked off grand slam. And then I think it was the following night, you guys got beat by a walk-off home run. Is that correct?
Let's try to walk-off 3-run homer. Yep. That's how we lost.
That's unbelievable. That's grand slam, walk-off grand slam, and then get beat by a 3-run homer the following night, and then you win the last. I mean, you've had in 3 games. You guys, I mean, there were some games that were 10-1, 10-2. You guys were really jam-packed with energy and drama in all 3 nights. That must have been really exciting.
In the 3rd game, we hit a grand slam as well.
Oh, here we go. It just keeps getting better. You hit another grand slam.
Yeah. It was crazy. I mean, the field we played at was it was Glassboro Little League, and that was fitting. A couple of the home runs on my home field, the kids would have had to run in for. So, it was sometimes it was more like wiffle ball.
Coach, you're taking away from the drama here. You're on a Little League field now.
Just trying to be real here.
So how many feet was it on the Little League field?
Well, right field, I was told anywhere from 240 to 250.
Oh, okay. Wow. When you got there, did you guys say, did your home run hitter say, "Oh, this is going out first pitch"? Well,
that was the first thing that I had to address, is because everybody just wanted to hit a home run. And again, I kept reinforcing that if you just, get a little bit of the baseball, it's going to be a home run. There's no need to amp up. So left field was appreciably further. I mean, it was probably, I want to say maybe 300 feet. So, I mean, the dimensions were tight, and the games, illustrated that.
Well, so you had another grand slam. You had all that drama going on. And so what did you think about the tournament overall, how it was put together? I mean, we mentioned so many times Mike Murray, John Kruger, Brian Chapman did a great job. So what did you think about the tournament overall, Coach?
Well, again, I thought it was nice that, they went through all this to try to create a scenario whereby kids got to play again. And, they were successful in that. the point of the tournament was to let kids play, and you know, I think they were successful in their mission.
Yeah, and as you said, so Coach, you expect that same excitement all season next year, huh? Every game, every
Well,
play.
if we played at most fields, I don't know that there would have been any home runs. So, I'm not sure we're going to see that.
But I'm saying the excitement, when you first started that first game, those butterflies, it's just everything must have been, that feeling, right? Because that's what I talked the other night with Frank Malta, the Jackson Memorial High School coach. We talked about what is sports. It's living in the moment. When you're up at bat, that is the moment. In any sport, baseball, you got a ball coming at you 80 to 90 something miles an hour, a hard ball. You don't want to get hit. You get killed if it hits you in the wrong spot. So you talk about some fear when you're up at the plate, plus the fact you got to be totally focused because you can't have that fear, right? You got to be so focused on trying to hit the ball, and so you talk about living in the moment. Out of any sport, baseball to me is on that high level of that one spot where you're living in the moment is when that pitch is coming right down, that pitch is coming when you're at the plate.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously, I'm not the most objective person, but I think baseball's the toughest. I mean, to try to hit a round ball square at 90 miles per hour, right? And then you mix in the fact that people are going to manipulate the baseball, just increases the level of difficulty. And for these kids to have not played in such a long period of time, I think that was, just adding to the challenge, the inherent challenges that were faced by all of the players.
So it sounds like you got out exactly what we were looking to get out of the tournament. Mike Murray and them put it together. You got the excitement of the athletes, and you seem extremely satisfied with everything that happened. You have any final thoughts for the seniors who are moving on, or that you would like to share with us on the podcast?
Yeah, I mean, it's really interesting because, first of all, if you're a senior and you have the opportunity to play again, then, maybe this is a wake-up call that we shouldn't take anything for granted. Each and every game may be your last. We don't always have the ability to determine our futures. So when you step out on the field, with your brethren and playing the game you love, you should cherish that opportunity. I had one of the players after the tournament, I don't know whether he was serious or not, saying that he wanted to come back and play again next year. And of course, New Jersey's talking about allowing seniors who are not obliged with the opportunity to play to come back again. And, certainly that's a possibility as well. I mean, he's headed to a JUCO, and then he has the opportunity to play. So, there's a lot of interesting things ahead on the landscape of New Jersey baseball. I spoke with another player who, he was tendered a variety of scholarship offers, and they were all rescinded. He was a JUCO player. He had already graduated just because of the backup and scholarship. So, again, even though you think that what's going to happen to you as a senior in your future, you really don't. So, again, if you have an opportunity to play, you have an opportunity to be with your friends, you have the opportunity to do the thing that you love most in life. I know I can speak for myself. When I was young, I thought I was invincible, and I thought I always knew what was going to be next. But I'm not invincible, and we don't know what's going to happen next. So as a senior, go out there, enjoy the opportunity, and recognize that it very well may be your last one.
You're really talking about the emotional maturity of any sport, that most of us get it when it's too late, when it's over, right? Yeah. When it's over. And everybody got it when they took it away, right? When they took it away, all of a sudden, everybody wanted to play more than they ever wanted to play the game. And that excitement that you're alluding to of living in the moment, to be excited that you get to do this. And that's the emotional maturity part that a lot of athletes don't get it sometimes till they get to college, till they get to Division I, or until it's over, right? So when it's over, you can either say, I'm glad I did, I'm glad I gave it all I got, or you could say, I wish I had. And that determines how you approach every single game. You could do it every time your head hits the pillow at night. I'm glad I worked out today. I'm glad I did. Or I wish I had. I wish, Coach, how many players come back? If I would have worked a little bit harder, I could have made, if I could have been All-American. If I would have worked harder in school, I could have made the honor roll. I could have went to the, and we spend our whole lives a lot of times with the wish I had, and it's really a mature thing. And then as we grow up, we learn not to take things for granted. And that's what we're trying to tell all the athletes, to not – there's nothing we can do. So if you're just going to wait for experience to figure that out, it may take you too long, and then it's going to be over. And so really listen to what Coach Rob Christ is saying is, don't take that for granted. And remember that when you're in that moment and you don't feel like it and you're hungry and you're thirsty and you want to give up and all those feelings come and they pull you out of the moment. Those feelings drive you away from the moment. But don't feed those feelings. Feed the moment. Remember why you started this and remember why you're here. So, Coach, any last words for this season and what you're looking forward to for next season, and how you're going to enjoy the rest of your summer?
Well, as far as next season is concerned, I mean, I'm just hopeful and prayerful that kids won't be denied the opportunity as they were this year. I've spoken to so many people. Spoke with a neighbor this morning about with someone whose daughter plays. Their granddaughter plays soccer, and they're already going to miss a portion of their season. There's no telling what the future holds. So I'm just hopeful that these kids get the opportunity to enjoy what was, again, something that we all took for granted. And over the summer, I'm going to enjoy time with my family because, again, if there's anything this has taught us too, that one thing we certainly should not take for granted is the fact that tomorrow is not promised.
You have any last words for those who are still in the tournament?
Listen,
for those who are moving on?
Yeah, I wish everybody the best of luck. I mean, obviously, it's a tremendous opportunity. They get the chance to play in beautiful venues and play before a variety of people. I mean, the first day we played at Glassboro, it was kind of crazy, really. We probably had in excess of 500 people there. It was in Glassboro, so we had to travel to their home field. And obviously a lot of people from Glassboro came out, and we had a fair share as well. So, it was interesting because the odds were against us. But, we were in a situation, and I think every team's in a situation where you'd rather have the odds against you than to have no odds at all. So whatever your situation, embrace it, be grateful for it, and take advantage of it.
That's so true. Even many years ago, what's the worst? When to play and there's nobody there, when there's 20 people there. You had 500 people there, 500 that witnessed a grand slam and then a walk-off. The energy in that place must have been unbelievable. And fans, it is important when there's a lot of parents and there's a lot of fans there. It makes it, as you're talking about, so 500 people, so much in the first game, right? Just to have the first game is exciting. And then for what happened in that game must have been a great feeling. Talk about being in the moment with 500 other people during those grand slams. Must have been absolutely amazing. Well,
I mean, you just as a quick note, NJ.com writer was there, and a South Jersey television station was there. So, they quoted the number 500. I don't think that they are wrong in that number. Obviously, I didn't take a head count, but to get a sense of what you're talking about in terms of the energy, you can watch the highlights and you can hear, the crowd on both of the Grand Slams, just how loud the crowd was.
Well, I've done that. I've done that a few times, and I was wondering how many people are at that place because it wasn't indoor. It wasn't like it was in a stadium, right?
Right.
So it wasn't because when you shout, it kind of all comes to the center. When you're in a stadium all around, it was just an open field. So it was. I saw it. It was really exciting. Well, Coach, thanks a lot. Thanks for coming on. And if you got some free time, I have to challenge you in some pickleball or not tennis. You're probably going to kill me in tennis. So I got to take more of a sport where I don't have to run so much. So I might have to pick, if it's going to be a racket game, I might have to pick pickleball.
It would be an honor.
An honor to face somebody who's not that good. But you better bring it. I'm going to bring whatever I got. Whatever I got might not be enough, but I'm going to bring whatever I got. If you got Dre, if I can't move the next day, if we're playing, we're playing. Doesn't matter how good I am, how weak I'm going to give you what I got. It may not be enough, but I'm going to give you what I got.
I know you're going all out.
I'm going all out. Well, Coach, thanks for coming on. And it sounds like from what Coach and the excitement is on his face that's all coaches ask, is that when we tell you to do something, it's not because you have to. It should be because you want to get to that next level. And when you want to and you have that hunger, right? If athletes hunger to be the best, then you'll take what Coach says and put it into action. So when you're hunger to be the best, then and only then will you take what the coach says, and you will actually go all out. Coach, thanks for coming on. Congratulations to Eastern Regional High School. Some high schools couldn't make it into the tournament. They couldn't get enough people together, and it sounds like you got more than your money's worth from the tournament. Coach, congratulations for being a part of this. It's such a big moment. And Coach, thanks for coming on. And I'm sure I'll be in touch with you. We're going to play that pickleball game, and we'll get together again next year. Thanks for coming on, Coach, and thanks for sharing all your insights. There's always another mountain to climb, as Coach Rob Chris said, and I share that with athletes all the time, that the land of good enough. Thanks a lot, Coach. Thanks for all your insights this summer, and we'll see you next summer. Enjoy it, Coach.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks. We'll see you next time. Hey, Coach D here. Thank you, Coach Rob Chris, for coming on. We always have a lot of fun on the podcast. And good luck to Eastern Regional High School seniors. Sounds like the whole team had an action-packed 3 days. In just under 30 seconds, we're going to give you a sneak peek of our Think Like a Championship podcast with a professor of sports psychology, Dr. Rob Gilbert. And if you want us to give a Zoom seminar on creating championship leaders who create action followers, just email me, alloutathletes@gmail.com. Here's your sneak peek for next week.
Oh, what kind of athlete, what kind of student are you? There's a whole different way of approaching this. Are you willing or are you eager? But we could spot the eagers immediately. You want to know why? There's so few of them.
So number one, do you accept feedback? How eager are you to accept that feedback? Are you that eager to be the best?
Go up to the coach and say, Coach, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10, I'm the most eager player you've ever coached, and 1, I'm the least eager. What would you rate me? What do I have to do to get to a 10?
Is the goals at the end, the championship at the end that they want, the athlete that they want to be never leaves their mind.